Morning, Noah.
Good morning.
And good morning, Angel. Look at your group being ready to go. Morning, Jennifer. Morning, Beverly. Do now is in the group chat when you're ready. Just joining us. Do now is in the group chat, ready for you when you are. Good morning. If you're just joining us, here's the do now in the group chat. Thank you so much for being here. And check that out real quick. We've already got 12 people in the room. That's great. So you got 2 more minutes on the do now there. If you're just joining us, check out the chat. We've got 4 responses so far. Got 16 people in the room. Keep thinking on those quick questions there. Morton, if you just joined us, Do Now is in the group chat. All right, take just 30 more seconds on the Do Now. Nathan, I'll give you a moment to share us more information about that in a second. Thanks for bringing that up, though. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. We've got 18 people in the room. That's great. I'm sure some people will trickle in a little bit late. Nathan, do you want to unmute and kind of give us some more context about your announcement?
Yeah, so it's been a long time coming, but yesterday I finally made the decision to commit to Russell Sage College and further my academic and athletic career in volleyball.
Nice. Congratulations. I'm going to give you a clap in hand at the top of my screen if you can see it. Everyone else, if you want to snap behind your webcam. Thanks, Nathan. Congratulations. Does anybody else have any great news on colleges? I know a lot of acceptances came out recently. If you want to just raise your hand or unmute yourself, I'm happy to give you the floor. All right. Either way, since we don't have announcements, it's hard to keep a pulse on what's going on with you outside of school and stuff like that. So feel free to share the good news like that. And let's turn our direction to the Do Now. I'm going to share my screen. So if you're on a mobile device or laptop, just take a moment to look at the screen. Here's the Do Now. And let's see how we did. On question 1, we had 6 people choose 3 and 9 people choose 4. Let's look at that question. So the correct answer was 3. We had quite a few people choose 4. What do we think's going on there? I'll take hands on, is it 3? Is it 4? Did Mr. Cope make an error? Let's go Amanda to Noah to Angel. Amanda, Noah, Angel.
4 by mistake, but I think it's actually 3. Wait, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, so it's actually 3 because we know that g of x is equal to the inverse of f of x. So now, since we're looking for g of 6, we're looking for where the y value is 6, so we need to find the x value that corresponds with it, which is why 3 is the right answer, because when you find the y value of 6, the x value is 3.
Interesting. What do you think, Noah?
I had chose 4 because I had switched the 6s. So never mind.
Angel, how about you?
Since g of 6 is an inverse of f of x, then that means that the x value, which is 6, is going to turn into the y value. So we have to look at the y value, which is 6, and then the x value of that will be 3. So the answer is 3.
All right, great explanation. Glad we all converged on that. The answer is 3. Just make sure you know it's the inverse, so it's the flip there. Number 2, let's see how we did. Number 2, a little bit stronger. Most people put 4 out of 5. Some people put 5 over 4. Can I see some new hands for number 2 and why the answer is 4 over 5? Looking for a few more hands, trying to get some more people involved. Nathan, could you start us off? And then could we go to Kayla to respond if you agree, disagree with Nathan. Nathan, go ahead.
All right, so the answer is 4 over 5 because in the question it asks us for f prime of 3. So you wouldn't have to find the inverse. So you just go to the x value at 3 and you would look at the line for f prime. That gives you 4 over 5.
Yeah, what do you think?
I said the same thing.
Same thing. All right, you're both correct. That correct answer was 4 over 5. Good explanation. Number 3, we were kind of all over the map. So I'm going to switch to my document camera. Find my screen share. Here we go. And Bridrich and Geraldine, can you see my paper right here?
Yeah.
Bridrich, can you see it too?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, great. So the 2 questions we just did were g of 6, we found to be 3. We heard that from Amanda, Noah, Angel. And then f prime of 3 from Nathan, Kayla, we saw was 4/5. So then for g prime of 0, this is going to be, because g of x equals the inverse of x, this derivative is going to be 1 over f prime of f inverse of 0. That's our formula that you may have seen in the video yesterday. You learned a while back. We're reviewing it now to make sure we got that. So we're looking for g prime of 0. That's 1 over f prime of f inverse of 0. We're going to evaluate this from the inside out, starting with this. So that will be 1 over f prime of, what is f inverse of 0 going to be based off the table there? What will f inverse of 0 be? Sade, go ahead. F inverse of 0 will be 9. Nice, thanks, Sade. Appreciate the chat in. Kayla, did you have a quick question? I saw your hand up.
No.
Okay, great. So then we look for 1 over f prime of 9. F prime of 9 would be 9 over 11. When you reciprocate that, you get 11 over 9 as your correct final answer. Quick clarifying questions, feel free to unmute yourself and just ask away. All right, let's do one quick follow-up question. I'll make up a number 4. What would g prime of 8 be? Take a moment to think about that. G prime of 8, you might be able to do it in your head. You might need to do it on some scrap paper. Either way is fine. Take a moment. And Bridrich, could we hear from you? How would we get g prime of 8?
Okay, since g prime is the inverse trig, which is 1 over f prime of the inverse of f of 8. And we know that since it's the inverse, which 8 is y and x is 0, is 1 over f prime of 0, which is 1 over 2 over 3. which will equal to 302.
Nice. Beautifully said. Nice job, British. With that, many of you said this is something you're still struggling on, so that is why I covered it here in the do now. Carla, I saw your hand up. Did you want to add something?
No, everything was said. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks for being on backup anyway. With that, I'm going to switch back to, in the screen share, I'm going to switch to our agenda and what we're working on today. So screen share over to, here we go. And then Deja, Jennifer, can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it, great. All right,
Yes.
so just a quick recap on our, thanks Deja. Quick recap on our norms. If you need to step out, just send me a private message or an email just so I know you're stepping out. Please don't ghost us. If you can put your video on, please put your video on now so that our breakout rooms can be more productive and more human. If you can't, please just send me a private chat about what's going on with your camera just so I'm in the loop with you. Take just 30 seconds to do that. All right, and from there, please leave yourself on mute to keep out background noise, but then just unmute when you need to speak up. And then a cool trick is you can spacebar. I think I said this yesterday. Spacebar allows you to unmute as well. Still looking at the screen share. Here's some feedback that you typed. I copied these directly from the Google form that you submitted yesterday. People said individual videos for each lesson of Unit 3 were helpful. Group work, able to collaborate. Being able to pick your own topics. I definitely want to keep doing this so that you can choose your path. We're not just reviewing things that you already know. Working with my peers, I learned a lot from breakout rooms. Great. I liked how we were in rooms that had our peers to help us. Great. So we're having some success in different rooms because we're collaborating really strongly and helping each other get better. With that, here are some ways to make it better for us. If we started in breakout rooms earlier, I'm going to make sure we get to those sooner in a moment. Second, not sure how to improve, but at least in my group, no one talked and no one cooperated. This comes down to you as individuals. This is going to be productive group work time. We got to step up and help each other out, ask questions. Otherwise, it's just kind of like we're working alone. Not much community there. If we came together and discussed some questions, we'd love to do that. If there's a topic that everyone rates themselves as on low today, I'll find some time at the end to work on that topic after breakout rooms. So if we're all low on something like mean value theorem, I'll try to work on some things in the background so that we can review that together and maybe knock out those questions together. More teacher help on one example. Would love to help you out more, but I can't read your mind. So please, when you're in breakout rooms, there's a little I need help button. I know Angel's used this, Sade's used this before to bring me to your room. It literally pops up on my screen and says, hey, breakout room number 7 needs your help. And I just click the button and I automatically go there to help you out. And if you want to work independently, I would love to just hear what your thoughts are on that. We can create a space for that sometimes throughout the week. Please just find a time to private chat me that, or find a way to put it in your exit ticket, what your rationale is for that. All I saw on the exit ticket was just working independently. I want to know more about that if we need to create space for that. Any quick questions before we move into our study groups today? Crickets. All right, no questions. With that, moving on, we're gonna have same groups as yesterday. If your name is starred on the screen and you can't be the screen share, can you just unmute and let me know so we can find someone else to be the screen share for today? All right, don't worry about being in the document quite yet, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you the link in a moment, don't go to it quite yet, for that spreadsheet of all of our skills. And we're going to update for 2 units, units 2 and units 3. Just those 2. If you started doing scores for other ones, that's fine. But just today, we're working on unit 2 updated. That's what we're working on today. And then unit 3 from yesterday, if you needed to make any updates to that. And I'm going to have you go to breakout rooms for this as well, because some people don't have the ability to fill out their Google Sheet. So in breakout rooms, if we could help each other fill out our scores on that sheet, that'd be really helpful. I know some people can't access the Google Sheet. So first I'm going to send you the link, then I'm going to send you to breakout rooms, and then we'll go from there. So everyone, here's the link in the group chat. And then breakout rooms will be coming in a minute. Just load that Google Sheet for now. Six, we have Amanda, Bianca, Jennifer. Great, got that. Group 7. Charles. Carolyn, great. 9, thanks for being here. Got you in group 2. Group 8, great. We got Sahara today. Awesome. Joining group 8. And 9, we have George and Prashanti. And then we have, who do we have left? We just got Paul. Paul, you are in team 5. Paul, most of your team's not here today, so I'm going to have you join with team 2 today. All right. So you still update your sheet, but team 2 for today. And we are updating 2 and 3. All right, so you should have the Google Sheet ready to go. Everyone's ready to go to breakout rooms. When you get to breakout rooms, update units 2 and 3, and then also decide on what 2 topics in unit 2 you want to work on. We'll come back in about 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to finish it. Oh. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
A quick note, could you guys get Naeem caught up on the tracker and how to use it? Thanks, Dave.
So you basically go into Google Classroom and you click on the Google Sheets link that's in the classroom. And then it's gonna show you this page. And all you gotta do is just scroll down and click on team 2. And then
So it's Kai, which one you want to work on first?
Quick thing, can I jump in, team?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't forget to update your scores. Is someone able to access the Google Sheet?
I wasn't able to access it. I'm still not. Like, I tried it today, but it's still not letting me, like, type in.
Okay, that's, can you do it for us, Hezekiah, if you go to your 3rd tab? So Hezekiah, you need to update yours for unit 2 over here. You see where my cursor is. And then if you can do Deja's also, Deja will just tell you what her scores are. If you can do 2 and 3 there, and then decide what topics you want to work on.
All right.
Okay.
interpreting the derivative, how confident you are?
For which one?
The first one. This one right
Interpreting
here. Yeah.
derivative. 2.
Limit definition of derivative.
2.
Differentiability.
2. You could honestly put 2 for all of them.
You know tangent lines, though, don't you, Deja?
Hmm?
You know how to do equations of tangent lines.
Yeah, but I don't want to sound too confident. Like, everything is a little iffy right now.
That's fine. So this is for you. I want you to. I'm pretty sure you know tangent lines. If you want to make it a 2 for now, that's totally fine.
Are these all the topics that are in this problem set or no?
Unit 2 is, yes, all those topics are in this problem set.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which ones do you want to work on?
I want to do mean theorem and what was the other one? Mean theorem and what's horizontal and vertical tangents again?
I actually forgot. So
Hi, team. How are we doing here?
I'm filling out the spreadsheet.
You are? Okay. I see your name on there, Geraldine. Charles, are you able to access the spreadsheet or no?
no.
Got it. Can you screen share the spreadsheet, Geraldine? And then, Charles, you could tell Geraldine what scores to put in for you.
I'm using my phone.
Using your phone? Okay, I'll screen
Yeah.
share real quick and we'll do yours. I'll do yours for you, Charles. Can you see the screen, Charles?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say the topic. You tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4. Interpreting the derivative.
4.
All right. Limit definition of derivative.
4.
Differentiability.
What's that?
So that's like corner, cusp, vertical tangent, piecewise functions if it's differentiable. 3. Mean value theorem.
2 of 3.
Horizontal tangent lines. Horizontal vertical tangent lines.
2.
Equations of tangent lines.
4.
All right. Average rate of change.
4.
And approximating the derivative.
3.
3. All right. With that, take just like 30 seconds to figure out which 2 you want to work on. I'm going to bring us back to see what the trends are, but then we'll be right back here to work on that. All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, everybody, welcome back. Just wanted to bring you back to see how this spreadsheet is really helpful for me in supporting the entire class at once. Can you see the screen of the spreadsheet, George and Hezekiah? Can you see that right now?
Yeah.
You can? Great. So what I'm seeing is we feel really strong in interpreting the derivative, equations of tangent lines, average rate of change. So unless your entire group's pretty low on those, I would encourage you to not do those practice problems. I'm seeing right now that mean value theorem is a 1.9. I was expecting that to be kind of low because it's a tough topic and you haven't covered it in a long time. So I'm going to do instead, I would encourage you not to do that topic today. I will make a video for that one so that we all can review that topic. So I'd push you to avoid that. If you really want to challenge yourself with that today, go for it, but I don't have a video ready for you now. I'll make one so that we can use that to support you with that. So I think most groups will be on limit definition of derivative, differentiability, horizontal vertical tangent lines, and maybe approximating the derivative. Does anyone have any questions on which topics to focus on in their group? Okay, with that, I'm gonna have you go right back to the same breakout rooms. And remember to do your work on paper so you don't have to do it later. And then the very last thing before I have you get there is in this Google document that I'm about to send you. Please just type your answers in for each question. That way I can give you feedback in green or try again in orange, and then I'll write you a note about how to get back on track with that. This is the best way for me to see your work as opposed to like holding it up to the webcam, which gets a little bit silly, and I'm constantly moving between breakout rooms. So 2 topics for your group. Make sure you do it on paper. Put the scores in the spreadsheet, and then if you're stuck, use the help button, and I will poof, show up in your room like a magician. That was really silly. With that, head to your breakout rooms, and I'll see you in there.
Okay, so just go back to that video because we did this.
Yeah.
Of this type. So let's go ahead.
And yeah, pause right there. Wait, so what are you supposed to do first?
Is
Oh, I remember. So why is it in green?
x equals 0 to 8 because
at horizontal and vertical, like, no, at just say horizontal first, it equals 0. And at a vertical, it is undefined.
anonymous. What is that?
Sorry, that was me. I don't know why I'm an anonymous rabbit, but that's me. Sorry about that. Nice job. You're on the right track with that one. Doing okay here, team? Doing all right here?
I have a question.
It's not loaded.
I have a question. So when we find out that the function is continuous, do we put, in order to find if the function is differentiable, do we put the two functions equal to each other after we find out that they're continuous?
Are you on number 2, Deja?
No, I'm on number 3.
Oh, you're on number 3 already? Yeah, so you set them equal to each other to find out if they're continuous. Then you take the derivative of each branch and set those equal to each other to see if they're equal to each other. If those are also equal to each other, then it's differentiable.
So you would automatically take the derivative of the function and then put it equal to each other?
So first you want to set the functions equal to each other just as they are for continuity. Because you want to make sure they're continuous first.
Well, we already did that because we plugged in the limit.
You plugged in
seen
3?
That it was we seen that it's approaching the same number.
Okay. So if you have done that, then you take the derivative of the two of them, set those equal to each other.
Okay.
How would x plus h? Well,
We
the
get
right,
stuck here,
there
team?
are no x's, right? It's just there's nothing to replace.
Can you pause the video and I can help you get unstuck?
Yeah. Oh, I have a personal question.
Sure.
So in the classwork, the question is to evaluate this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you mean by that. Like, what do you mean by evaluate the limit?
So find out what that limit's equal to, and this video is going to kind of show you the way towards that.
Okay.
So let me walk you through the first one, then I think it'll click for you, and then you can go from there. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's looking at Sade's screen? You can leave that screen up. That's fine. So it says evaluate that limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think way back to all of your pre-AP Calc with Ms. Hiruki, remember you had to do that thing where like you canceled out the H, you had to do the really long limit and cancel out the H?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Not really.
Okay. You don't really need it, but this definition here, that limit as is, that is equal to the derivative of a function.
Mm-hmm.
The denominator is going to 0, the numerator is going to 0 if h goes to 0. So what you're trying to do is find out what is f of x, what is the x value where you're finding the derivative, and then just take the derivative of that f of x value and plug in that x value. Does that kind of make sense?
I know that x is pi over 4.
So write that down in your papers, everybody. X equals pi over 4.
Okay.
And then what's the function around that?
Sine.
Sine. So f of x equals sine, x equals pi over 4. And then when you see a limit like this, that just means the derivative of that function at that x value.
So we're supposed to take, what? So we're supposed to take the derivative of f of x, which is sine of x?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, isn't that...
Wait, f of x is sine of x? Just
yep.
Okay.
Okay, so isn't that just cosine of x?
And then you plug in the x value. What's your answer?
Pi root 4. So that is 1/2.
That is
No. That's
close. Careful.
radical 3 over 2.
Radical what?
Radical 3 over 2.
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
no. Radical 2 over 2.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go,
radical-
Shamil. Got it. Nice. So
Okay.
you got the first one. Use that same thinking. Two's pretty similar. 3 and 4 get a little bit harder, but I think you can do it. All right.
Okay.
If you get stuck again, let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure thing.
Oh,
I got a notification. You guys need some help.
yes.
Yeah, we're just debating whether we use product rule or chain rule for number 3.
What do we think?
I think it's product rule.
And I believe it's chain rule because the inside function would be, if you rewrote it, it would be 2x plus 8, and the outside function would be 4 to the 1/3 power.
Well, you basically use both because 4 is on the outside.
Got it. So you could use product rule. When you take the derivative of 4, though, Bev, what's going to happen?
Ooh.
It's gonna be 0.
It'd be 0, so that part wouldn't matter anymore, right?
No, but it's still simple. And I got the derivative.
Did you get something like 4 over cube root of 2x plus 8 times 2?
Yeah.
Cube root of, I think it's cube root of 2x plus 8 squared, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so you're on the right track.
So would the x value be 0? Because that's what makes it undefined.
Think about what's inside the cube root that's in the denominator. What's going to make inside the cube root equal to 0? That's the next step you got to go to. Then you'll have your third answer.
So, okay.
Wait,
You got it.
inside the cube root?
Yeah, it's 2x.
You doing all right here, team? I see someone's typing in the Google Doc.
It is differentiable.
Hi, Sarah. Good to have you back on the call today.
Hi.
What topic we working on, team?
Differentiability.
We're team 8, right?
Uh-huh.
Got it. Okay, so you have we made any progress in differentiability or no?
Yeah. It's just 4 that is like Because it's saying the function is twice differentiable at the interval 2, 7, which of the following must exist. So it's saying that it's an interval.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that it has to be, it's between A and C, I think, right? No, it's AC, because I know that D is out because that's not in the interval. Wait, I think Mr. Coleman.
Yeah.
For the fourth one, is it C? Because if it's twice differentiable, then that means that we know that the limit. No, that means that we know the derivative.
So it can actually, f prime of 3 definitely exists, but there's actually more than one answer.
So C is right?
Yep. What do you think, Sahara? No.
I thought B, but I don't understand.
What part are you getting stuck on? This is not easy stuff. It's hard for me to know without seeing you in person is all.
It's like I'm trying to ask questions and my questions aren't like, I don't understand this topic and I'm trying to ask these questions and they aren't, it's not, I don't know how to say this. Like, I just don't get it.
Okay. Let's go back to number 1 real quick. Can you scroll up to number 1 and zoom in a little bit? What's that now?
I thought that it was B because
Are you on number 4 now, or are we going back to 1?
I'm on 4.
Okay.
I thought that the answer was B because when we answered question 3, I'm pretty sure we said that if the left side of a limit is equal to the right side, then that means that the limit is continuous. And then afterwards, I don't understand the rest of this. So I just thought that the answer was 4. I mean, B.
Okay. So first thing to state for everybody, part 4, there are multiple things that could exist. So it's not just B or not just C. Second thing, if we know a function is differentiable in general, what does that mean about its continuity?
Continuous.
So if we are told or know that a function is differentiable on an interval, then we also know it's continuous on an interval.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 values there. Sahara, I'm going to come to you for this part. There's 4 values there. Which 2 of those go with the function being continuous?
What, A and C?
So definitely A, because if it's continuous, that means the function must exist. So definitely f of 3. Which other one goes with continuity, Sahara?
F9.
I don't understand how we got that.
So if we're differentiable, then we know the function's continuous. And so Sahara's pointed out that f of 3 must exist. If a function's continuous, the function must exist. And then also, we know if we're continuous, we know that the limit also exists for that function. So f of 3, the function exists, A. And the other one was what now? You were cut off now. I heard you say A and which one?
B.
A and B. So that's A and B because we know the function's continuous. And then if we know it's twice differentiable, that means the derivative exists everywhere and the second derivative exists everywhere. That's what the twice means. So does f prime of 3 exist?
Yes, but I don't get why.
So we're told the function is twice differentiable. So that means on that interval 2 to 7, the derivative exists for every value at the endpoints and in between, and the second derivative exists at both endpoints and in between. So
Okay.
the first derivative, f prime of 3, does exist. And then the second derivative at 9, does that exist or not? Sahara, what are you thinking?
Wait, does which one not exist?
The second derivative at 9, does that exist or we're not sure?
We're not sure because that's not even in the interval.
Exactly. So if it's not in the interval, we don't know anything about it, we can't make a claim. But the first three, or A, B, and C, all exist.
So isn't it f of 3?
So there's
That
three
has to-
there's three things that exist here. It's f of 3, the limit as x approaches 4, and f prime of 3. There's multiple answers to this question.
Oh, okay.
So explain which of the following values, not just one. I should have said select all that apply, technically. But it's the first three values, and then f double prime of 9 does not necessarily exist for the reason you said, Sahara.
Okay.
How did we do on 2 and 3, team?
And that was good.
Good.
Got it. Did we check that the derivatives on each side were equal to?
Yes. If you take the derivative and it don't equal to each other, then that means that it's non-differentiable. Wait, so B is right too, right? Before?
Yeah, it's A, B, and C. What's the next topic we're gonna do?
All right, buddy. Welcome back. A couple questions I have for you before we go. First off, I'm going to say someone's name from each group. Can you let us know how many questions you got finished today? Let's go Sade, Bev, Hezekiah, Rebecca first.
2.5.
All right.
4.
4. Team 3.
We got through the differentiability set and the approximating derivative set.
So 8 total?
Yeah.
Nice. Rebecca?
5.
5. Then let's go to Amanda, Charles, Noah, and Prashanti.
3.
Great, thanks. Charles?
6.
6, nice. And Noah?
The 4 parts of the last question.
Got it. And Prashanti?
6.
6. All right, nice. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're getting better. I think we need just more time in breakout rooms. So we'll get to that a lot faster tomorrow. I'll make the do now shorter. Last question for everybody is, if people could unmute, which topics do you need me to make videos on for tomorrow? We'll stick with this tomorrow, but I want you to have videos that you could use to support yourself. So unmute, let me know, and I'll try to make 3 or 4 videos for tomorrow.
Limit definition of the derivative.
Mean value theorem.
Mean value theorem.
Yeah.
I have mean value theorem and limit definition.
Differentiable.
Differentiability.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bridrich. Anybody else?
Horizontal and vertical line.
Okay, I've got 4: limit, definition, derivative, mean value theorem, differentiability, horizontal, vertical tangents. I will prioritize my work today on making videos for those so we can be successful on those and upgrade those skills. When we come back tomorrow, we will update our scores in the tracker based off our practice today so that you can get to English right now. I'll stay back for any quick questions you have. I see a hand from you, Sade.
So if we're still working on this tomorrow, then that means that we don't have to turn in any classwork today?
Finish the 2 topics that you did today, or just 2 topics today. If you want to pick like an easy one, just knock that one out. And then tomorrow I'll have videos for those 4 so that you can support you with those 4. So if like you tried differentiability and just got stuck on that, I would just go to some easy one, practice some extra easy ones of equations of tangent lines or something like that.
But what if they're all hard to me?
Can you hop on office hours later today? And then we can just work on it together and knock it out.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Where do I turn it? Hello. Where do I turn in my work?
I believe it's on Classroom. There's a April 2 classwork and an April 2 exit ticket. Just do the classwork and then the exit ticket.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Kayla. Jennifer?
Good morning, Mr. Coleman.
Good morning.
We were only supposed to do 2 of the sections.
Only 2. Yep. No way I'm having you do all 8 today. Just have 2. If you need to pick the easy one, so like you need the videos for tomorrow, that's fine. For example, some easy ones, interpreting the derivatives, pretty easy. Equations of tangent lines, pretty straightforward. Average rate of change, straightforward. Approximating the derivative, pretty straightforward.
Okay, thank you.
So if you need just an easy win to get that, just two sections of your choice.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Naeem, Paul, you need anything?
No.
All right. Have a great English period, and I'll see you in office hours if you need help.
Okay. Bye.
Naeem, how we doing?
I'm alright. So you want me to turn in the unit 2 problem set, the whole thing, and execute it?
So just 2 topics from the problem set.
Alright, so just like the answers to the work, right?
So yeah, you're picking 2 topics, 4 questions each, and have the work that you started with today, and then finish later.
Alright.
Cool.
Cool. Have a good one.
You too, Naeem. All right, Noah, what's going on?
Hi, Mr. Coleman. I don't think that my group is helpful for me because it's kind of like I am in a group with people who are very with Angel, he gets most of the topics, right? And there's kind of I'll try to ask questions and he just flies like he just moves so fast, and I just and I'm just stuck.
Okay.
And then yesterday we had to have the groups, and to have had missed the call. And then today she had told me that she needed help with trying to use the sheet. So I'm trying to help her, and she just is trying to move so fast, and she isn't even choosing the topics she needs some growth in. So I'm trying to tell her to calm down and to take a step back, and just I'm just not being heard, and that isn't helpful since the breakout groups are only but 20 minutes, and we are trying to reteach ourselves. It isn't that helpful if half the time I am trying to ask these same questions to Angel because he's on the third question and I'm still on one, or I'm trying to ask questions to guide my personal help, and they're either quiet or they're trying to move on, or they're trying to, like, I don't know, and it's just not that helpful for me.
Got it. All right. So how about tomorrow I have you join with George and Prashanti? How's that sound?
That's fine.
Try that tomorrow?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I'll just have you jump in with them. I won't make a big deal of it. Are you and Sahara okay? And I think you two are friends, right?
Yeah, she's my cousin.
Yeah. Okay. I put you two together because I thought you would be.
And I understand because yesterday was so.
She's got some personal. She told me to.
Yeah. So it's like look, I totally get that she's in her own thing, but like I don't understand why like the past few weeks on Zoom she just hasn't been doing her best. So yesterday we had to talk about it, and she told me that she just like she has her classes. She's up by 8 and she's just laying in bed and she's trying to work. And like I told her how like she has to try to stay on top of her stuff by like doing the same things we would do if we didn't have the classes on Zoom. So like you have to eat breakfast, you have to be seated at a table, you have to be up. And so this morning I was up at 7:20ish, and I had called her and I told her like, look, we have college soon and I'm going to be 8 hours from her. I can't be there at 6:30 and knocking on her dorm door to tell her like look, you have class at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks for being a good friend for her there.
So I'm trying to help, but it's like at the same time it's starting to drain me because I have my own thing too. So I think that I'm gonna call Miss Jackson and just have her check up on Sahara.
Okay. Yeah, let her know that Sahara told me, I don't know if she told all of her teachers about the significance of yesterday. Her father passing. She just told teachers. But if you already have a personal relationship with Ms. Jackson, you can let her know. But tomorrow for you in breakout rooms going well. I'll put you with Prashanti and George. Cool?
Yep. Thank
All
you.
Right. You're welcome, Noah. Thank you.